Hey guys, this is Pratap here, and today we are going to discuss something very important, but it's all about related to computer hardware and cabinets, etc. So let's have a discuss on this. So guys, when we are buying computer, either we are buying some tower kind of things. So this is your system tower, or also called system cabinet. Alright, this is one thing. Or else you are buying laptop, right? Let's say you are buying laptop. I mean, you are going to get the laptop like this. So you are getting laptop or you are getting desktop. So in a desktop when you are buying, so you are buying vendor directly from vendor like you having Dell, you having HP, Lenovo, you having Mac, Apple Mac, I mean. So show other vendors are there, so many. So directly you can buy from the vendor, or else you can assemble the PC. Assemble the PC. Assembling mean what? Suppose you are buying that products individually. Like if you are thinking about the desktop, so you are buying number one, you are buying motherboard, you are buying motherboard separately, you are buying SMPS separately, then RAM, then you are buying uh, graphics card, then storage, I mean hard disk, then we'll be coming to mm, cabinet, then if you want to um, if you are into the profession like some DJ or something, then you have to get the sound card also, like your graphics card. Okay, so these are the components are there which is required for your system tower or system cabinet. I mean inside this box you will be having this. So let me show you the image so you'll be more clear. So suppose you want to check. Now suppose you want to check system tower or system cabinet, right? Let me show you up. So once we are talking about system tower, now imagine this is a system tower, right? So some people also called CPU, but this is not a CPU. So this is the system tower or system cabinet. Inside that the processor is that is called CPU. Let's say this is your system tower. Now if we talk about components of system tower, now you see this. Let me take this image. let's say I'm talking this PC1. I'm putting into the desktop. Now see, this is that PC1. Now let me increase the font. I mean, now guys, you see, this is that processor inside. This is that video card or graphics card. Okay. Now you can see this is that your cooler, etc. This is CD, DVD, your optical drive. So nowadays nobody buying that optical drive and etc. This is your video card. This is that SMPS. Okay. Now now this is your CPU, hard disk, video card, etc. Now we already started explaining on this, like what all components you need. So these are the components. Okay, so these are the components you required. So motherboard. Now if you talk about motherboard, so motherboard will be having, okay, that most other part is we have to tell here, that is processor. Okay, so let's come up this. Now once we'll be talking about that motherboard comes with that plenty vendors, like so many vendors are available in the market, like Intel also having motherboard, like MSI having a motherboard. Okay, then Gigabyte also having motherboard, like they're having a plenty other vendor having a motherboard. So now you have to select, like based on uh, the variety, like let me show you that Intel motherboard. Once we'll be going here. Now if we talk about Intel motherboard, now see, this is your Intel board. Now Gigabyte that I was talking about, Gigabyte, Asus also having motherboard. So these are the vendors are there who make the motherboard. Okay, now see, Gigabit, this is the motherboard, Intel chipset inside there. Now these are the motherboard based on your cost, mean how much you want to put here, so you will get that. This is 17,000 gigabit socket H4 type Intel Z930 chipset you'll be putting here. Okay, so this is all about your motherboard. There will be plenty types of motherboards are here. This is that you see. This is one of that MSI motherboard I was talking about. So these boards are quite expensive, but it's quite great. Now you see 44,000. I mean nearly more than 400, nearly 500 USD. Okay, so you see up to 64 GB of memory you can put, Ethernet LAN, HDMI port, processor, socket you have. So it is there available on Amazon. Okay, now Intel memory. So this is the like uh, motherboard, and this is the types of motherboard that you can see. Some of the images are available here. If you want to see, you can go here and you can check it out here whether you will like or not. So it's a gaming enabled MSI motherboard. It looks really good. So you can see four of the sockets are available there. Okay, now you can see it here. Now this is your processor. Here you can set this particular place, you can put your processor, and this is your RAM. This is CMOS battery, that is. Now this is your power adapter where you will be setting power. Okay, now in this particular place your power I mean switch on, and then your USB, all those things will be here. Okay, this is all about your motherboard, so you'll keep in mind. So you can see when you are talking about the motherboard, so this areas will be there. Now SMPS. So for SMPS, a few vendors are really good. Likewise, if you discuss like board, like if you discuss here, so if you see here, SMPS, so you will be having Cooler Master. Cooler Master SMPS is very good. Then you also go for Corsair also. They also having SMPS. So SMPS more you will be you know SMPS what exactly it does, guys. Uh, we have in household we have AC current, mean alternate current. So it just convert into the DC. So Cooler Master SMPS, if you see how it look like, you see here Cooler Master. Now you can see it here, Cooler Master power supply, Cooler Master, cabinet, etc., etc. that you can go for. It's quite interesting. Okay, you see Cooler Master. This is the SMPS. Now you will be checking like based on your usage, what kind of model you want. Suppose Cooler Master, you can see 230 volt, 230 volt, 500. So it will be depending on you, like how, like which kind of device, I mean SMPs you are looking for. They're having from basic to advanced series. They have. Okay, so based on your usage, let's say very minimum use, only email checking or internet surfing, then you can go for 250. Okay, but when you are using heavyweight, like you will be working for AutoCAD, or you are working for SolidWorks, or you are working for Maya, or you are creating multiple virtual machines and etc. In that case, you will be going this kind of products you can go for, or else you can go for MSI also having that, also Corsair also they have. Okay, Corsair, let me show you up how it is. Corsair, now they also having cabinet. These are the types of cabinet, RGB cabinet, etc. Okay, they also having PC components. Once will be click on this, now you can see it here, Corsair memory kits. Okay, so mostly you try to get in a Cooler Master and Corsair if you want to use this system for quite a while. Okay, you see the cabinet are so good. It's a ATX, I mean it's a big size. So you see a very standard model, and this RGB and all this, it's just for your you know it just like look like gaming rig. But over here this kind of very simple model, uh, but it's look very, you see, elegant. It's very nice, you see. This is for your hard disk. You are not going to fit it here. Now then you'll be SMPS will be here. Your graphics card, IO ports, etc., will be here in this particular place. So which is really good. Okay, so now once you'll be coming of the RAM, you can go for a Corsair. They have quite good RAM. You know, if you see they're having PC components. If you'll come here and see the memory. So you can see here that these are the Corsair. Also, they're having a Xeon RAM also available. They maybe that are bit less expensive, but Corsair are quite expensive. Now you can see that DDR4 RAM is here. Now also DDR3 RAM is available. DDR2 RAM also available, but that those are myth. These are legacy. DDR4, DDR5, they are the in the market. Okay, but mostly working in DDR4 right now. So that is your RAM. So more you put RAM, more you will be putting RAM, so your system will be working that much faster. Okay, so that we have discussed with the RAM. Now graphics card, MSI graphics card are always good. Nvidia also having a graphics card. Okay, MSI you can go for, or Nvidia. So you can go here, Nvidia. Nvidia graphics card also you can go for. Okay, they are good. Even you can try that one. Nvidia GeForce graphics card, also MSI also having a graphics card. So based on mostly people who are into the gaming, or maybe graphics designing and all, so they need this you know graphics card and all for the gaming. And for sound card, few vendors are there. Okay, so if you go for that sound card, so you can check it, the best sellers here in Amazon: Creative Sound, Sound Blasters. Okay, so Asus, they also having sound card. Sony earlier they had a sound card. I'm not sure that that will be available. Back in 2012 or 2011, I used to use those, but then I hardly I used it, the sound card, etc. So what is inbuilt, that is sufficient. Okay guys, so we have discussed about that SMPS, we have discussed RAM, graphics card, storage. Storage means a hard disk will be having two types. What is your SSD, that is solid state. Solid state means inside the hard disk there will be no magnetic, those platters, head, etc. And solid state means is just like your pen drive. It will be very lightweight and very faster, but longevity also good there. So cabinet means like once you go here for this, now you can check it which kind of uh, cabinet you are planning for. So this is the RGB enabled. uh, okay, so this is your liquid cooling RGB CPU water blocks. So directly you'll be put this one with your processor, and water will be putting here. This is the water cooling. This is the gaming mouse, etc. mm, Now you can see it here. If you click on that, it's going to show you up. So once you are assembling the PC, so what you can do, uh, you can choose these all options and you can assemble yourself. So in this case, less price, you will be getting that good product. Okay, you can see it here. It's such a good look. You see. cooling and everything is very nice. So this is the Corsair one. Also you can check with that Cooler Master also. Their products, if you go, you can check it here. Full tower. You can click on this. So it's going to open up for you. This is the cases. Can you see that? It's a Cooler Master. You can compare with this. It's looking also quite nice. Some of them having RGB inside, RGB fans and etc. So guys, always discuss. I mean, decide like what kind of system you want to have, and what is the purpose that you make first. So the purpose of getting the machine. Are you going for just surfing internet, or you will be using for programming or some multi-purposes? So once you're going for multi-purposes, so you go with the motherboard, Intel motherboard with or MSI motherboard, Cooler Master SMPS, good RAM like Xeon and etc etc. And then graphics card like your Nvidia or MSI. Storage, you can go for Western Digital, or you can go for Toshiba, Samsung, so many based on your budget. So cabinet, that you can go for Cooler Master or Corsair. And then sound card, that you can go for Sony if you get it, or you can go for Asus, but don't go for eyeball or any Chinese one, so that doesn't last, or you don't know like what is there inside that Chinese product. Maybe your information is sending outside, so be careful on that. So last and the best thing that you have to choose, let's say when you're talking about the processor, so two of the processor, they are really ruling the market. So one is your Intel, and another one is AMD. One is Intel, another one is AMD. So Intel, they having a series like Intel. You will be finding the series i3, then i5, then i7, and then i9. So if you're going for i9, that is a bit costly. Uh, so when you are buying that processor, make sure it should be more than higher than 8 generation, higher than 8 generation. So then you will be getting quite good performance. And then once you'll be going for all the processes, you will check. And now you also will check like how many cores are there. So more number of cores, it will be perform that much better. So that is very important. So also there is another AMD Ryzen processor also good, but I guess there is some heating related issues. So if you are keeping your PC inside that AC or some places, like if you are from Europe or US or Canada or some places where it is temperature is very low, so I hope you can enjoy. But the people who are in Africa and tropical countries like India and all, so for those, I don't think so it will really make any great impact. But some people still like AMD, but I'm not getting inside all the controversies. So I will suggest like you can go like this way. So it will be best. So first you just decide what kind of machine you want to have, what is your budget. Okay, so let me make a formal chart here so you will be more clear. So first of all, you make your budget. Let me write here. Number one, how much you are planning to invest behind the PC. Next, you will be doing, so next that you are going to do, which is what's the purpose. So are you going to use for home use like email and all those, or you are for official, or it is for programming, or it is for animation, or it's for guys I can think about, like I say, like videography and mixing, like video editing, etc. Or if you are a creator, maybe you are doing something else. So that is the those options you will be checking. Now number three, uh, are you going to buy the vendor, getting from the vendor, or you are assembling, or you are planning to do assembled, mean you are not going to buy that equipment, or you will be assembling that. So those chances also you have to think about. And then you can, if your frequently power is going off or power cut or something, so you can have think about UPS. So if you are thinking about a UPS, you can think about luminous, and you can think about APC. You can think about mm, not high range, but a good one, that is HTC. They also having, but I'm not sure which is available all the places. I have found somewhere HTC. It's good. And rest, like you can think about like APC is good, and Lumia is also good, which is an Indian brand, I guess. So unless it is and if you're having only one PC, so 500 watt is fine. Or if you're having 4 5 PC with printer, etc., etc., so you can go for 2 kV. So I think that will be sufficient. So guys, this is the basic introduction about the system, RAM, etc., etc. So you can think about it, and then you can go for getting it. So I'm closing it. This is the part 1. So in part 2 I will be showing something else. Thank you.